Hello everyone, and welcome to All the Best Bits. This is our audio commentaries from the films from which we picked our best bits. And this one is obviously from Mission Impossible Fallout, which from the Run Tom Cruise Run episode. So Kevin, how are you?
I'm good. So we're going to start this audio commentary on the Bad Robot logo. So you need to get past the idents for Paramount, Skydance, Alibaba, and then we're going to begin at the Bad Robot logo.
Just as the Bad Robot text shows up, pause your film right there, because we've paused it right there as well. So we'll count down for when we press play. So everyone's ready. So 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh shit, I forgot to press play.
Sit. I forgot to press play too. It wasn't working. We're rolling. We might be able to sync a little bit, but not too much. Are you rolling, Kev?
I am. I'm looking at the wedding scene.
Yeah, that's where I am too. Well, at least I hope it's the same wedding scene. It's not Princess Di. Are you watching Princess Di and Charles getting married right now?
Am I watching what?
The Princess Charles and Diana getting married. No, are we on the same wedding scene, yeah?
Oh my god.
I'm joking.
It's going to be one of those commentaries. I loved seeing her back, Michelle Monaghan. I think she's a great addition to the franchise. And yeah, I've been there where this was filmed in New Zealand.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And they brought back that guy.
Location.
Yeah, that location. And I saw this film twice in the cinema, which is rare for me. And I had such a blast with it. But I did not understand anything about the prologue. I thought, this is such a convoluted opening, because it starts about 4 times.
Yeah. And wait, we have to acknowledge they are in Belfast. They're in Northern Ireland. And
they are in my arse.
You never know. I think they probably are in London right now or something like that. But
there are no anamorphic flares in Belfast.
Different types of flares, that's what they have. But yeah, I'm right there with you with this film. I enjoyed the bejesus out of this film. I was audibly... I watched...
Favourite Mission Impossible film?
Yes. Yeah, it's my favourite Mission Impossible film. I know there's some great sequences in the first one, but this is just great crack. It's just so much fun. And as I said then, this has become my Bond franchise. I get more excited about these Mission Impossible films than I do about any upcoming Bond film. Gives me that same hit, you know.
Did we need this expositional opening where I suppose we need to see him getting his mission?
Yeah.
But did we need all this stuff with Solomon Lane?
I don't understand. What do you...
I don't know.
Like, I think...
Do we need this opening? Do we need this big, long sit down and watch a slideshow type of opening?
I think we do, because everything has... We're 6 films into this right now. It has been fairly convoluted. That Solomon Lane character, did he appear in... Which one was he in? Was he in the previous one? I don't remember. So this is like trying to kind of get us up to speed, and... I bet you this was something they shot pretty much late in the day, you know, after they shot the rest of the film, kind of going, okay, what information does the audience need to know?
I feel like this whole film was pretty much just, well, we do know that a lot of it was written on the fly during production and that they were just making it up as they go. It's incredible that any of it sort of holds together. But, I don't know. This is one of these films where it's so stylish, it's so engaging and exciting, but I don't have a bloody clue what's going on. But I do accept that with spy movies, you have to concede that the plot will only work if the characters are dealing with a conspiracy where the protagonist won't know everything. And the audience will sometimes be a step behind the protagonist in order for the twists and turns to sort of play out. So you just have to sort of go with it. And I was happy to sit back and go like, I don't know what's happening, but it's fun.
They just give you...
And now as I'm doing a lot of commentary, I'm thinking this might be the bad one to do because I don't know what's happening.
It doesn't matter.
Tom is just very pensively watching old movies.
Yeah. Yeah, his home movies from when... Oh, and now, oh, Jesus, now it's after smoking. That's bad for your health. Yeah, I was the same. Sure, when I rewatched this for research...
opening?
Well, it gives you, that first one, it gives you just that enough information about there's bombs out there and we need some sort of... there's bombs on the loose, basically. And it brings the characters, it shows, oh, these are the characters back in play and all that sort of jazz, who's come back to the party. But I was the same as you.
All that sort of jazz. If we ever do merch, we got to put that in a t-shirt. All that sort of jazz. The best bits.
Kevin, have I already said all that sort of jazz? Have I said it in the last 5 minutes? Because honestly, I don't know. You have to tell me.
You just did. You just said it just there.
I have no idea. Oh yeah, okay, right there.
As much as I say spectacular, and I've actually gone into episodes now and started to edit me out saying it, you say all that sort of jazz.
I'm going to start punching myself in the face every time I say that.
Nah, no one noticed that stuff, only us, because we're editing ourselves. It's I bet a lot of podcasts out there have other people editing them, so it's so much easier. But look at this. This is all a ruse, right? We're going to find out, spoilers, that none of this is all sort of a trap to capture the guy that was selling the orbs. What the fuck is in the orbs?
The nuclear warhead
or something?
The nuclear warhead, aren't they?
The boom juice.
Yeah.
And Jesus. I don't know what's going on.
But you see, but the thing about it is going into the scene, they give you just enough information to say to make the scene to have the scene make sense. And we need a thing from this guy. Is it going to happen or is it not going to happen? And usually things mess up. And this is a critical thing. And I think I said in that episode, what they do very cleverly in this film, which in bad screenwriting terms, and this is not a screenwriting podcast, would kind of get you in trouble, is that everything kind of messes up in this film, which is great because when things don't go according to plan, you kind of, you just kind of feel for your protagonist a bit more going, oh Jesus, things have gone to shit. And how are they going to get out of the situation? So you kind of go with things have gone to shit. So always having things go to shit. It's great. It's great entertainment. It's great drama. And things...
Simon Pegg looks older than Tom Cruise. How is that possible?
Well, Simon Pegg doesn't have a bath, and I was going to say something that would get me in trouble with Scientologists, but I redacted myself before I even said it.
Remember, Will, we don't edit these. So
I know, so that's why I redacted.
Be careful.
I just said no, don't go there.
I'm really looking forward to the next ones, 7 and 8.
Yeah,
they're doing them back to back.
Yeah, they're doing Back to the Future 2 and 3 on it. 8 is going to be set in the Wild West.
You're in a funny mood tonight, I can tell.
Just delirious, that's all I've got.
Oh my God. People have no idea. When you listen to these episodes, I think people think, I don't know, that the people recording it are in the same sort of like headspace as those listening, or at least I do anyway. And you don't really take into consideration that sometimes the person doing the episode is absolutely fucking knackered. And you are just basically getting someone who's barely coherent and awake.
Stop breaking the mystique. Someone's having a nice relax. They're probably falling asleep to us right now. Just going, I listen to these Egypts talk as they meander their way through Mission Impossible Fallout.
Pee.
Stop it,
you need to pee.
Stop it. That's might be working on them, but it's definitely working on me right now. So.
You don't need to piss, do you?
So hold on. Simon Pegg is doing a Tomorrow Never Dies on this, where he's remote controlling the car.
Such a rip-off.
Just make way.
This is such a protracted, drawn-out sequence for something which is just a ruse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's not over yet. Keeps going. it continues into the next scene. But I don't care because you know what? It's good crack. It's entertaining. It's fun. And when you actually look at it, if you look at it too deeply, this entire film, it all falls apart. It crumbles, like it falls apart like sand in your hands. And it doesn't hold together.
Yeah, it definitely, for me it doesn't. But as I said, I went to see it twice, and that's rare for me.
It's the execution of I enjoy the characters. These set pieces are astounding. They're so much fun. And they're actually, I went to Derry, I didn't have enough time to look at it, but there's some cool deleted scenes that maybe I should have called up for my deleted scene episode from this film. And again, extra
I
stuff.
like that they now have a team around Tom Cruise. I know that was such a ballsy thing to do with the first one, where they killed off the IMF team with Emilio Estevez and Kirsten Scott Thomas, isn't it? Killed her and put Tom front and center. And it was ballsy. I liked it for that, but I know I'm glad that they've brought back a team and they've put those guys around him. So I would even have liked to have seen Jeremy Renner back.
Jeremy Renner. He was in a film or two, wasn't he? So what's happening in the film for anyone who's not watched this? Tom was trying to get these nuclear warheads.
It's still starting. Don't worry.
The whole film is still start. But it's a genuinely good. It was an effective trick because it fooled me twice when I watched these films. And the bombs, they failed in that mission to secure the warheads. And the bombs were now in a hospital room. And we're seeing Wolf Blitzer on the TV, and the bombs have exploded in different capitals.
When did this film come out? Was it 2018?
It came out in 2018.
It was 2018.
Yeah.
Wolf Blitzer was pretty ballsy to participate in a Mission Impossible film where he is fake news.
True.
And Trump was constantly going after CNN for fake news because he didn't like what they were saying about him. So that's kind of cool.
The movie people, sure, I've heard Jake Tapper saying that he would absolutely jump at the chance to be in a film just delivering those reports. This is not fake news. It's just crack for them,
They never get newsreaders right in movies, even when they cast actual newsreaders, like Independence Day, where they had the Sky News team. Yeah. It always feels like the dialogue that they're delivering in character as a newsreader is too heightened. It's too arch. And newsreaders are much more mundane about events. But when they have them in movies, it's always so breathless. And if you're just tuning in right now, what you're seeing is live footage. It's like they're not that shocked by what they're seeing.
I think when I heard Jake Tapper, I think he was on a Conan O'Brien podcast. He says now that the newsreader would rewrite their dialogue. So they would you can rewrite just so that it would be natural for them to say, which makes an awful lot of sense. And I think it's been I think this Wolf Blitzer delivery is actually pretty good. So we're still in the opening. Go on. 13
and a half minutes. It feels longer.
Yeah. When we're just
watching. It feels so much longer.
Yeah. But not when you're watching it. I think not when you're sitting down to watch it, because this is a sequence. I wouldn't say this is several scenes. It's a sequence, and their mission failed. So the first scene, which was you need to get these warheads. They went to try and secure the warheads. They failed. Now the explosions have happened. And I think as an audience, you're kind of going, Jesus, what's going to happen? The bad guys have won. We started this film with the bad guys winning. But wait a minute. They've all done just to get some vital information.
But do you need it? I don't know. I mean, when you're watching it the first time, I was like, I'm into it. I'm in, this is cool. But when you know that none of this is really that integral to the story, it's just taking longer for me to get to introducing the other characters, to Henry Cavill and Alec Baldwin and Rebecca Ferguson. And I want to get into the action. Start the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fairly, it's convoluted.
on the best bits, we're always about celebrating the stuff that we like. But I didn't pick this film, even though I love this film. So I need to be careful that I don't start sort of like pulling it apart as I'm watching it. Because I still really like it, but I can't help doing that where I'm like, what would I have done differently? I'm just that arrogant.
Don't beat yourself up.
The industry does that for me.
Yeah, there you go. There's loads of people out there who are quite happy to beat you up. Don't worry.
You interrupting cow.
That was a very unintentional joke that I didn't realize I was saying. It was
sure it was.
It was truly unintentional. And for those,
does he have great hair, Tom Cruise?
He does. Fair play to him. Again, it's all those juices that he just. Well, I don't know. I don't want to start bringing in another bodily fluid running gag into one of these audio commentaries because we've done several now, and it's all gone. It's like the basest of humor. It's been. Sorry.
Every time we come off one of there he is, but every time we come off, Wolf Blitzer, if you're trying to keep up with us, is just torn his face off.
Mm-hmm. Revealing that he's actually Simon Pegg in real life. And this whole thing was a ruse just to get some information. The bombs haven't gone off. They're still out there someplace. This whole elaborate...
Such a crack team. Every time we come off one of these recordings, I have this sort of like shock and terror feeling of like, oh God, what did I say? I forgot we were recording for half that. Because we just start talking and you forget that you're talking with a mic right up under your nose.
I love these opening credits. And by the way, the opening credits are happening now. And it's like the opening credits of the film that you're going to see, which is so cool. It's kind of like, wow, look how much adventure is going to happen. It's great.
It really is like a TV show.
Yeah, I love it.
That theme tune as well is one of the best theme tunes. Like each time they repurpose it and do a reworking of it, it's so fucking cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Put that on your treadmill mix.
I love that one for the original film. I listened to that so much. The one that was, Bono and the Age of Velvet. Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
So. We're in
Ramstein Air Base, Germany.
Ramstein. Yeah.
Oh. I love this introduction to it's coming up in a couple of seconds to Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Angelica Houston, I was going to say. Angela Bassett and Henry Cavill. That sort of oh God, what's that 60s movie? Point
Blank.
Oh my God.
Point Break.
Point Blank, Point Blank, where the footsteps, the click, clack, click, clack, click. It reminds me of that. As the introducer, because she's sort of like marching down this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been in it more, to be honest with you. And Alec Baldwin should have been in it more.
Mm-hmm. The score, I remember, again, when I watched it, the score was very impressive. Lorne Balfe did the score for this. And
no, that's Lorne Balfe is the... Oh, yeah, sorry, I was getting Lalo Schifrin. Lorne Balfe, yeah, he's great.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's done a lot of good stuff. Is he married? So is he married to Katrina... the actress, she's the star of Outlander, that series.
Ugh, I don't know. Maybe?
Yeah, she's an Irish actress. And that's some bad trivia.
Sounds... Well, what was the audio commentary we did recently? There we go, the footsteps clacking.
Yeah.
Where I just started making up my own fake facts because it was for aliens, because everyone has heard that.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's heard every bit of trivia there ever is to be heard about aliens. So I was just making stuff up.
There's Henry Cavill and his incredibly expensive mustache, which completely ruined. Oh no, we didn't say it wasn't, but it certainly didn't help that Justice League theatrical cut. Unbelievable.
I passed him in Soho once, Henry Cavill.
Right.
And this was around the time of this movie. And he is wide. He's a wide man.
Like, how wide is it? Like, does he take up one lane of traffic, or does he?
He's like, when kids get into stand on each other's shoulders and put on an overcoat. It's like the kids stood side by side with an overcoat over them.
I'd love it if Henry Cavill, it was revealed that Henry Cavill all along was just a bunch of kids just standing in costume.
Like, if he got into the elevator with you, you'd be touching him.
Pressed up against the wall, pushing all the buttons.
Yeah.
Just like, sorry, boop, sorry.
I'm on the next floor there, please.
Oh, God. It's funny, like, I don't know where you stand.
That's a handsome mustache, though.
It's very handsome. But God, look at that Justice League. They did such... I think initially what had happened was, you have to mention it because became such a talking point for that film, because the shoots, they want to do reshoots for Justice League, but Henry Cavill, because Tom Cruise famously breaks his leg later on, and he was available for like 8 weeks or 6 months, whatever it was, but they couldn't. He contractually had to keep his mustache, so it forced.
I think it was the studios wouldn't play fair with each other.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, just wanted to be awkward with each other.
Paramount was saying no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their problem.
Mm-hmm.
Warner's.
So now we're on.
He's a great Superman. He's got a horrible Superman costume, and he's been in films that don't do the character Superman justice. So they're squandering him. Yeah. And I also think he would be a superb Bond.
Yep.
But because he's done this film, I think they may have missed the chance to cast him as Bond.
And have you seen that Guy Ritchie film, The Man from U.N.C.L.E.? And that was... I thought
that was a fun film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it at the time, but I remember being so impressed by him. I was like going, God, this guy's Bond. This guy really could do a really cool Bond. But I agree with you. Particularly, my thing about his Superman was that I think if you get the opportunity to play Superman, you must also have.
Where are his underpants?
But more to the point, where was his Clark Kent? Right. I truly didn't get a chance to see his Clark Kent. And I think as much as Superman is, integral to obviously the role, how he plays and how his character of Clark Kent is explored is also vital to that character. And he never got that opportunity.
Because they pretty much ignored that whole aspect of him.
Mm-hmm. It's vital.
They didn't, I mean, that's one of the joys of the character, is that he's unassuming. This sequence here, right, I know that they did it for live. We're talking now about the helo jump. Mm-hmm. I know they did it for real. At least Tom Cruise did.
Yeah.
And it's something ridiculous, like 20,000 feet up. And I've skydived from, was it 12,000 feet?
Bragging again.
I think it was 12.
Right.
Listen, I've not achieved much in my life, but I did jump out of a plane once, and I enjoyed it immensely. But they're doing it from 20,000 feet, and that is, you need oxygen, and that's why they're in those sort of helmet, providing them with their own air supply.
Mm-hmm.
But they then lacquer this whole sequence in CG, and it sort of just spoils it. It just, like, look at all those CG clouds. It now feels... Because obviously, I suppose they're jumping out of a plane, and below them is probably all farmland, and they're trying to suggest that this is Paris. But still, get rid of the clouds, and, well, what I'm trying to say is that it shouldn't be this fake looking for something that was done real.
Well, my question is, Kevin, were they weren't shooting this exact shot? Are they shooting right now all that set stuff?
This is real, with Tom Cruise right here jumping.
There. Right, okay. So,
that's real. He's really jumped out of a plane at 20,000 feet.
Okay, so they were up in that, okay. But for that first shot might have maybe have been done on set. Maybe not. Probably not.
Oh, yeah. They didn't go up to shoot that. Yeah.
So that's why that shot looking down is CG. But I know what you mean. Here is CG, all this sort of stuff behind them.
Also, this, when because I'm a bit of a score nut, and I listened to the score for the film before I'd seen it, and the music to the sequence is so exciting. And when I watched the film, it's all just sort of a gag. Him jumping out of a plane, and Henry Cavill gets knocked unconscious by a lightning bolt, and Tom has to rescue him before they land in Paris. And it feels like this is, well, I know that this was a sequence that was devised before they did the film, but it doesn't feel integral to the story. This feels like you could just cut this.
Yep. And there's another, but they spend so much money on doing it. It still is exciting and exhilarating. This is my point about this film, is that the stunts, a lot of these stunts are real, and when you see a real stunt on camera, it is repeatedly exciting to watch. And right now,
hugely,
we're watching these two guys floating through the air, and it's there's obviously an element of CG going on, but that they are, they are floating, they are coming down. I don't know how they're doing this,
and that really does look like when I skydived. It is that sense of, I'm not joking, it is a sense of this unusual disorientation where you're upside down, you're right way up, you're everything. It's a very weird feeling, where you don't feel like you're moving. You've got the wind blasting you, and that is sort of uncomfortable. The force of the wind on you. It's a lot easier to do that than to bungee jump, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Tom really slammed into the side of top of an opera house, I believe. Would you do it again? No, I didn't. Would you do it again? Would you skydive again?
Yes, I probably would, but I would never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, even if it was for charity, ever bungee jump again.
Why?
Because it was horrible. I did 3 of them. I would never do it again. Do you know when they say that thing of, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? Mm-hmm. Well, in my case, I would.
Okay.
We were on a coach in New Zealand, and it was we were coming up to the place where bungee jumps were invented, we'll say. I know that a New Zealander guy jumped off the Eiffel Tower, but there's a very famous bridge in New Zealand, and I can't remember the name of it now, but you jump off it. It's about 54 meters up, and you're dunked into a river below. And on the coach, the guy was going around and saying, so we're coming up to where the bungee jump was invented, and we have a package where you can do a bungee jump for like $90 or whatever it was, or you can do 3 bungee jumps for $110. And so everyone started putting their names down for 3.
Right.
And as soon as I got out onto the bridge and looked down, I thought, I have made a colossal fucking mistake. And I did that bungee jump, and then the next one was double that height, and it was up a mountain in was it Queen? Where was it? Must have been Queenstown. And the bungee cord is wrapped around your waist, and you basically run off of a platform and leap into the dark.
God.
And that one was not too bad, but the last one was the Nevis, and it was suspended between a canyon, and it was 8 seconds of free fall, and it was like the equivalent of jumping off of a skyscraper. And you had to be winched across on a cart, and there's probably about 20 or 30 of us, and you're jumping by height level, and there was a glass bottom to the cabin that we're standing on, and I was skinny because I was like 25, so I was near the end. So I was on that platform on that cabin for about 30 minutes, watching people jump and just getting more and more and more nervous. And to cut a long story short, it was horrendous, because once you fall and you bounce back up again, and you fall again, and you bounce back up again, and you fall again, on the third bounce, you had to grab a rope that was around your ankles and pull it, and it would cut you free, so that you would immediately right yourself, and you'd be in a sort of a seated position. But it went against every instinct to sort of pull that cord and right yourself up, and then get winched up. And I have it all on DVD. But yeah, horrible. we're not talking about the film enough, but we're now in the bathroom, and this is one of the best sequences of the film.
Yeah. I love this. It is, again, here we have two guys, two strong, tough guys, and you think this is going to be simple, but it never is simple. It's never simple.
This is a great fight scene.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned this in the fight scenes episode.
You didn't. Well, you see, we probably covered. That's the problem. You see, that's the thing is, once you kind of cover a film once, you kind of, I think you're off the hook on covering it. So now they think they've knocked him out. And
no, but Cavill has basically smashed the laptop off his face. Did he do this deliberately? We know that he is a double agent.
Yes.
Or he's got ulterior motives. Did he deliberately smash this laptop, do you think?
Oh, probably. Honestly, with this film, it doesn't matter.
We're not able to keep up.
No, honestly, and it doesn't matter, because that's the thing. It's like, because I feel that's the trick of this film. The trick of this film is like, they go, that the plan that they initially set out to do has messed up. So that's what you're engaged in. You're not engaged in the machinations of what the double cross is actually happening. It's not going their way. And
also, I call bullshit. I call bullshit that any nightclub, as the one that they walked in, where there was 1,000 people out there sort of dancing under laser lights, would have a bathroom like this in it. This is like a hotel bathroom.
Yeah.
Or an airport bathroom. This film is so far-fetched. I believe the helo jump more than this.
There was the deleted scene, the cool deleted stunt scene that we actually missed out on, was when they were above that dance floor. There was a whole elaborate thing where Ethan Hunt is trying to go across these wires, and here's the fight now. This is it. Oh my God. It's so ferocious.
Punch him in the neck.
That's what's cool about this guy. This guy is absolutely making bits of these two lads. See, you're talking about you've done bungee jumps and all that sort of stuff. I've ripped pipes out of bathroom walls and kicked the shit out of lads. But I just don't want to brag.
In a suit? There's not much give in a suit. I bet those suits are all stretchy.
There's not much give, but you know what? Even despite that extra stitching, I still get
here it is. He's gonna unload it. He's gonna reload his arms like shotguns. Dum dum.
It's a very cool move. I love it. It is. I'm sorry, we're quiet now because this is absolutely fantastic.
Somebody pointed out that Henry Cavill has pterodactyl arms, and when not pterodactyl, Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, and
short arms.
Yeah, once it gets pointed out, I'm like, yeah, maybe he does.
Maybe it's because he's so wide in the chest. Maybe that's the thing.
Wide, yeah.
But like, we're also the kids who are inside him operating have short arms. So 7-year-old boys, have short arms. Yeah, they're side by side, they're wide, but their arms aren't very long.
This is a great introduction.
Yeah.
Aruka.
Shit. Again, it's just everything's.
And for those of you that are listening along, Tom Cruise is dancing right now in a white suit, and it's an amazing sequence.
Dave, what's happened? Don't listen to Kevin. What's happened is Tom Cruise was just about to be shot by the guy that they were supposed to get his identity, and he was saved at the last second.
Yeah, okay. No, don't skip over that. Explain it. They need to do what? They're trying to get the guy's identity.
They're trying to get his identity so they can go into the VIP area. Am I right in saying that? I've no idea.
Listen, this film is just on. I don't know what's happening.
And now they don't have his. So now they don't have his phone. They don't have his identity, and yet they'll still go into the VIP area. They got his band. Okay, so they got his wristband. And all of a sudden, we don't know why Rebecca Ferguson's there. Oh, I love this quick. So
as if that would be, as if a nosebleed would be that.
Yeah. So these three guys just walked in, and it was quick thinking by Rebecca Ferguson's character. Just go, he's got a bad nosebleed.
I wouldn't leave though. It's a big enough bathroom. I'd just go around the corner to the other cubicles.
Mm-hmm.
See, this film is just so far fetched. So the last time she did a deal with Ethan and she got to return to MI5, I think. Oh, I can't remember.
Can't remember.
Either way, she's Danish and she works for MI5 or MI6.
I haven't seen Rogue Nation since the cinema, and I remember enjoying the hell out of it, but like literally I hadn't seen it since then. But I do want to go back and watch all these. Definitely.
And Tom Cruise is playing John Hunter.
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke, here we go, nightclub. So coming up, they're going to introduce Vanessa Kirby's character, the Widow, the White Widow. And watch for it. She is singing. She's standing on stage and she's singing. But they have dubbed it and done a reshoot to make it look like she's giving a speech. But it's so obvious that she was originally a singer. And
no.
Yeah, when you watch it now, just you'll see her body language and the way she's holding, and the mic that she's holding is a singer's microphone.
Oh, wow.
And everybody is there to watch a performance of her, and they have changed it to make her the daughter of Max, the character from the first film.
Oh, my Lord.
Was it Vanessa Redgrave? Or Lynn Redgrave? Who was the Redgrave? It was one of the Redgraves.
He was a Redgrave, yeah. Oh, my Lord.
So here we are.
So this is the shot to go in.
She's singing, and they're trying to tell us that she's giving a speech.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's no light on her. She's in the dark.
No. And what kind of a format would this be for a speech? Look, the woman is dancing in the background.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And They sort of had Vanessa sort of slightly shift her body weight to make it look like she's talking in a sultry sort of like slinky way, but that's a singer. Watch now again, you'll see her, look, that's someone singing on stage.
Yeah. There, yeah, she's definitely singing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
And why would people be getting up and walking around and having conversations amongst each other while she's giving a speech on stage?
Wow.
Does not make any sense whatsoever. But this is like in the, editing bay, I suppose. Wouldn't it be great if she actually was tied into the first film? We could make her Max's daughter. I love that. Let's go back and we can get rid of her singing and have her telling everybody as Max's daughter, I am important to the story.
This is so mad. Like, I honestly never copped that until you're saying it right now. That she was Max's daughter. It just goes to show how much. And her dress is all stained. Or is that the pattern on her dress? It looks like she's literally been eating soup and Mr. Mouth about at least 3 times. See it?
Oh, yeah.
Was not.
Yeah,
it's
just
like
there,
it's a gold pattern on her dress. No, it's just a stylish dress. And she had a white. What's her character's name? Is she the White Widow?
Yeah, she's the White Widow.
Yeah, look at it. She's got a spider kind of brooch. Shit's gonna go down now. All these peaky blinder characters came in.
But doesn't she slit somebody's throat or something?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a strong, confident, capable woman.
Mm-hmm. She's sassy. What were we talking about last night? Sassy and fat. Is that what we're in our sassy and fat piece of sassy fat stage?
No, I said I'm fat and sassy.
Fat and sassy. Oh
God, what did we say that on? I don't.
I think it might have been Alien.
No idea.
Maybe they're just here for me. Are you willing to take that chance? You have something I want.
But it doesn't matter. There's always, with every scene in this, there are no dull scenes in this film. There's always a sense of good tension, and it just rips along. And very soon, we've had one of the best fight scenes, bathroom fight scenes ever, which might match Eastern Promises. And we're going to have another cool one right now. Yeah, I could just kill someone.
My God, she's so turned on by murder. You stabbed him in the heart. I want you inside me.
You seem like a good home builder.
I can stab too. Look at her.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Savage.
Oh my God.
She thinks she's Trinity. And now she's helping him out.
But for all you listeners,
did you see Rebecca Ferguson's swinging kick there? That was impressive.
That was very impressive. But for all you listeners, you probably are.
Oh yeah, we're recording a commentary.
Yeah, if you don't know what's going on, neither do we, because what's happened, because I genuinely don't know. Tom Cruise has walked into this nightclub and he's walked out with Vanessa Kirby's character, and they've punched and killed some guys, and everyone's kind of at least had a chance to kill someone, so no one's been left out of the party. Everyone's had a chance to murder, and they're
on the call sheet. What are you doing tonight? I'm stabbing someone.
Oh,
me too.
I'd love to. Can I stab someone as well?
It's going to take.
Why not?
2 weeks to film.
I'm just thinking about if this was in real life. It's just carrying on about their business. Not a care in the world.
Have you ever stabbed anyone?
Today?
Just in general.
Just in general. Oh God. I fondly remember my first stabbing. Oh yes. It was good crack. I was in Paris, and yeah, it was just look, it was the chef's fault. He made the wrong order, and I think I was totally entitled to go into the kitchen and demand that he recook.
Your shoes are tight, Will.
No, have you stabbed anyone, Kevin?
No, Will, I'm not that type of person.
Yeah,
I'd hammer them, but I wouldn't use a knife.
So, coming back to the film, right? Something else is happening where they have like little models. They have a map of Paris.
They're pointing at maps. I love in movies when they point at maps.
You know, something's supposed to happen. Oh, they're extracting the bad guy. They're trying to do a.
So right, break. Okay. Here's another thing where I think that this was originally the plot of the movie, and they decided to Is it the sequence? Don't they have this moment where there's sort of like a what if?
Oh, there is a what if in this.
Maybe that's later on.
No, this is when they get to it. The what if happens. It's like a what if. Oh, this is what if happens, but in actual fact, a different a different chain of events actually happen.
He kills a police woman, doesn't he, or somebody?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think that was part of the plot, and they decided to change course in. True, doing reshoots and what have you, because it's too elaborate and too expensive of a sequence to shoot it for a throwaway sort of like what if fake out, a dream scene essentially. It just doesn't. I don't buy it. I think it's them repurposing footage. Because you watch it and thinking, "Oh, that's interesting." No, Ethan's gone bad. He's gone rogue again. Always in these spy movies, they go rogue. They go rogue.
Because they're all just naughty little rogues. Just, he's a right rogue, that fella. I don't know if you're Irish and listen to know what I mean.
Little cunts.
He's a roguish cunt. Well, probably Tom Cruise's leg break was a blessing in disguise for this film, in the sense that they got these extra few months. And
it's good that they wrote the serial number on the orb so that we know that it's real.
Oh yeah, that's how you know. Wrote it with crayon as well. But yeah, they got that extra time to try and figure out what was going on and figure out the story and figure out the script a little bit more. And that's if you listen to that, the story. Oh, here we go. This is it. Mm-hmm.
This is I think this was really part of the film.
Wow.
And they changed course. It just doesn't feel like something that you would. It also is a very awkward sort of like scenario of what Ethan is like imagining what could happen to him if he doesn't stick to his guns, if he's not moral.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's like presenting him being slightly mentally unsound.
For any of you video gamers out there, you all might remember the kind of highly controversial level in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, in which you basically are playing this scenario. You are a Russian terrorist, and you go into an airport, and the idea is you start executing as a terrorist, executing like innocents. And it was highly controversial, and it was deeply weird, and felt very uncomfortable to play through, where you're gunning down innocent people. But yeah, I know what you're talking about now. We go to this whole thing where Ethan Hunt, God, I've said it by accident. I set up for a joke and now it's gone into my head, where he has to execute a...
Yeah, like this to me feels like it was part of the movie at some stage. It's too drawn out and too elaborate to be just a throwaway like that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I get you. Kill everyone?
That's your plan.
There will be no witnesses.
What's my guarantee?
And
He walks out of this thing.
if you don't remember,
He's in an armored box.
there was... I think I was really proud of the story I pulled out in the Run Tom Cruise Run episode about Christopher McQuarrie and how he has kind of made work.
Tom Cruising speed.
It was episode 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably was 4, wasn't it?
I murder women and children. in small pox.
Because people won't know what episode.
I have no line.
4, wasn't it? And yeah, the story basically of how Christopher McQuarrie has kind of worked, and how he was so successful in making things up on the fly from the likes of The Usual Suspects, and had his ability to be able to just figure it out as he was going along, literally, and how he's now become the perfect shepherd for these Mission Impossible films, where they literally make this story up as they go along and kind of piece it together on the fly. It's nuts. Very expensive gambling, but you know.
They had the chase sequence with him pursuing Henry Cavill across London.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew that he was going to be chasing him, but they didn't know why he was chasing him. So that is the sort of the extent of how much these films are reorganized and rewritten during production, which is a chaotic way to work, like so crazy. But I think Tom loves chaos, and he loves well, you can't really say that, I suppose. He loves high stress situations, I think.
Mm. He thrives in it.
Yeah.
So now we have Henry Cavill talking to Angela Bassett, his boss in the CIA, and making the case that he believes Ethan Hunt is John Lark is the double agent. And it's pretty much now we get our first clue that, hang on a second, Henry Cavill isn't all he seems to be.
I knew immediately from the mustache.
The mustache. The evil mustache. And the kind of like the 9 o'clock shadow or 5 o'clock shadow, you know, well, it's kind of a bit longer than that. That's definitely evil.
How many times has Hunt's government betrayed him, disavowed him, cast him aside, and how long before a man like that...
You were talking about Call of Duty, but I used to love with Grand Theft Auto just smacking shit out of the people along the street, and just going on wild goose chases and getting the police to chase me.
Oh my god! I used to like
hijacking fire engines and just like mowing people down.
I used to like
as the sirens just keep getting louder and louder and louder, and I'm like, I'm not stopping. Fuck you.
And meanwhile, I used to enjoy playing it, obeying the traffic signals and making. It just shows our different personalities. No, it's a red light. I shall not cross the red light. I shall not. Now here we go.
I'm like, Are you a hooker? Let me smack the shit out of you for $50.
Now we have that sequence that
From The Dark Knight. Yeah, it's a great sequence.
we have the escape or the prisoner break sequence. Yeah, all those mass dudes. Oh yeah, how's it going? Good, Grant.
It's a cool sequence, though.
Yeah. Every action sequence in this film is a cool sequence. It's shot really well, and there's great clarity in its editing, in its the way it's blocked, and the way it's edited together. It's very well put together action film.
Why would they transfer a prisoner in the center of Paris?
Oh,
I know you shouldn't be asking these questions in a movie.
Shouldn't be asking that. Yeah. Yeah.
But when I'm writing, I can sometimes get completely hung up and stuck on characters just traveling from one location to another. And if I can't get that transition to work in my head, if I can't picture a smooth way to get from one sequence to another, I can be stuck in that for ages. And half the time, people don't even notice. It's just like, well, you don't need to show them driving there. You just cut to them being there, and we know that they don't have teleportation abilities. They just travel there. But for some reason, as a writer, I get so caught up in like, well, it would have taken them hours to drive there, so it's nighttime when they get there, and blah 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 blah.
The logic. It's scorching. I you know what? I want to acknowledge the editor of this film. What's his name? He was a guy. Eddie Hamilton's his name. And he's worked a lot with the likes of Matthew Vaughn on his films, and he's done a heap of these Mission Impossible films.
A heap. A heap, for those listening at home who aren't Irish, is like it's an extra helping of a heap.
Quite an amount.
And then, if we say at any stage that they've made a hames of it, which we're not going to say with this film, that would mean that they've made a fierce mess of it.
Yeah. Balls it up rightly. I know it's probably the same in the UK, but like our dialect, our colloquial dialect changes so much from county to county. You know, we've got things that Kevin and myself would know from Cork, and probably you have different words in Cork City than I had in Northwest Cork. But right now, I live in Donegal, and it took me 2 years to get the local dialect right. Like if I'd said
you're probably speaking Irish.
Oh no! Well, don't even go with Irish, because it's a totally different Irish. Like my kids in school and the Irish he's learning, it's the same words on page, but how they pronounce it's totally different. But like if I said to you, Kevin, do you mind the wild handle? Do you mind the wild handle we had in the Bray with the Waynes the other night? Do you understand? Yeah, I'll say it to you again. Do you mind the wild handle we had in the Bray with the Waynes the other night? I literally said that's a.
Wait. Do you mind the wild handling we had with the Waynes the other night?
With the Waynes? Do you mind the wild handling we had with the Waynes on the Bray the other night?
Wayne's is kids.
Yeah.
So do you mind? Do you care about something? Do you mind? Do you mind would be? Do you mind if I get past you? So why would that be different in Donegal?
What is it? Do you remember? Mind is do you remember? So do you remember?
They're talking shite.
That's what they do. That's
so
the dialect.
What exactly did that mean?
So I was saying, do you remember? Tight handling would be the bad situation. A tight handling. If you said something was a handling up here, it says, Jesus, do you remember that mess? But if you said it was a tight handle, you said, Jesus, that was a serious mess. That was a serious.
Are you saying
situation.
handle or handling?
Handling.
That's not English at all.
No, it's not. It's literally it's colloquial words. Bray is another word for hill. So Bray is a hill. Yeah. So I just said, you remember the bad situation we had with the children on the hill the other night? So yeah, you can understand.
What's going on with the children?
Oh, I don't know. They were, they're in Donegal, so they were doing interesting things, chasing sheep and stuff like that. So now we're back with this action sequence, and Tom's hijacked the hijack. Haha! And all the bad guys have been dumped out the back in a very economical way.
I love a car chase. I think that every single film can be improved by a car chase.
It's a cool shot with this the police truck being submerged and the bad guy. I love that fixed camera shot as it fills up with water.
It's become a bit of a trope though in movies that when they want to give the female lead an action sequence, they give her the car chase. So they always have her as the driver.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. Go back and check out episode 3, guys. Was it 3? Best chase scenes.
Best chasing. Yes. Yeah. Back when that was when we very foolishly said, well, let's split this and let's do like 15 minutes a topic.
Oh my
do a topic
God.
each.
Could you imagine? We'd be dead by now.
Now one episode could nearly go as long as 90 minutes and one topic alone.
It has. The last one that I edited was 90 minutes. Purely because I couldn't stand you constantly having longer episodes than me.
Gotta get. Yeah,
this is cool. We're literally saying the same thing.
They're driving their truck down this really narrow Parisian street with the gendarmes, everyone chasing them. And I was so cool, and they block him. I love it.
If we were editing an episode now, or if I was editing an episode now, what I would have done in that scenario is, because I just repeated exactly what Will said, I would then go back and I would lay my track down to say we are literally saying the same thing at the exact same time as each other.
But in my ear, we did say it at the same time, so because we have a delay. But in my ear, it said at the same time.
No, so but I repeated you.
Oh, did you? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, we've gone so off the rails. They've rescued Solomon Kane, Simon Pegg, and Ving Rhames.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to go back a second.
And they were driving down the Seine. Isn't that the river in France? Paris?
That's the one. Paris, that's the one. Oh yeah, here's this, like, I won't get to it till we get to it. The actual female police officer's coming up.
Oh yeah.
That's real fun.
Well, nothing really happens with her.
See, that's...
I do love that it's shot, anamorphic.
Yeah.
I love those little camera distortions when they pull focus.
Mm-hmm. This is an excellently shot motorbike scene. Like, Jesus, I know that's CG, but it was a pretty good CG thing. Like,
cool bike.
Yeah, it looks very convincing. Like, the thing about it is that you go into these films as well, kind of knowing that is Tom Cruise. Yeah, most of these things, it's probably Tom Cruise right there doing that for real.
Can you imagine what he's going to be doing in the 7th and 8th one? He's going to have to go to space, isn't he?
Heart surgery. I won't be happy unless I actually see him do real heart surgery on someone. Like
on someone else or on himself.
Well, that would be something else, but I'd take on someone else.
That would be absolutely horrendous and so unethical, and I imagine that it's in consideration.
So he could blast it
I could do that. I can save a man's life.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Give me the scalpel. I'll cut anything.
Woo!
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Just like that. I just opened his ribcage. Yeah.
Oh my God. What were we... Oh no, I'm not going to say it. Damn it. This is why I like doing the actual episodes, because we can say stuff and then cut it out. I was going to say something there on... Because you said something on one of the episodes. I think it was, oops, there he goes.
Oh my God.
For our American listeners, he went over the hood of the car. And for everyone else, he went over the bonnet.
Over the bonnet.
He went arse over elbow.
No, that's
he's running.
Handling. It's a tight handle.
Maybe that was after he broke his foot. Because he's running like an idiot.
Yeah, not an idiot, but like a good. Again, he was only a few feet from his escape route, and
the timing of that, amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are just going with the energy of the scene. It doesn't matter one bit. You felt that he wasn't getting away. There was enough of that chase, that cat and mouse sense that he's going to get caught. Enough of that sense that he was in danger. So that when he actually eventually escapes, you're like going, "Oh, he did it! Wow, I can't believe it! He should be dead several times over."
Wow.
Yeah. Woo.
This is cool though. Is this real? Is there underground?
So.
What do you even call this? It feels like it's real. I can see it with my eyes, so it must be real.
It's probably beneath Disneyland Paris or something. It's like a ride.
Okay. Name all the characters. We've got Ethan Hawke.
Yes. Simon Pegg.
What's his character name?
Simon Pegg.
No.
Brains. Specs.
Benji.
Okay, Benji Specs.
Then you have Ving Rhames. Who's Ving Rhames playing?
He plays Cool Guy Eddie.
No, he's been in like five of these films.
Hats Magoo.
He's Luther.
Oh, okay. And
then we have Henry Cavill. Who's Henry Cavill playing?
Clark Kent.
No.
Okay.
Well,
John Lark.
Actually, I don't know his name. John Lark, I think. Yeah.
But he's John Lark's the bad guy. Identity.
Yeah, but fuck it. He's playing Mr. Mustache, and then you have Alec Baldwin, and who's he playing? This is his second film. He's playing Hunley.
Hunley. Ooh, that's cuddly.
Yeah. And Vanessa Kirby's the White Widow.
Okay.
And Rebecca Ferguson is
Max von Sydow.
Are you pissed? I can't remember her name actually. It's Isla. Is it Isla or Elsa?
Okay. Elsa.
Ilya. Right. And then you have Michelle Moynihan. She's playing his wife, whose name was, oh God,
Peggy.
No, was it? Always in American movies, not always. Every time I say always, I have to backtrack and go sometimes, oftentimes, frequently. Characters in American movies are either called Kate and John or Jack. Yeah. So she's probably Kate.
You said earlier on that it's going to be all right for that female police officer in this scene. And the only reassurance I have here is that she's been shot, but Ethan Hunt has just said to her, "You'll be all right. Don't worry. I'll call them for backup." But I don't think she's going to be. That didn't end out too well for her. And
yeah, she's grand.
She's grand. But again, that was a good scene. Again, it was a good scene in the context of the film. It was like they were just about to get away, and then just a happenstance that an officer was standing at the doorway. That's for me is good writing. That's good writing, where all of a sudden you think you're going to get away with it and just throw another obstacle, another little.
She's playing. Michelle Monaghan's playing Julia.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone there instead of watching the film. But I like to replicate the sort of experience of being in the cinema.
I was just going to say, that's why I will never go to the cinema with you, Kevin.
See, again, it's another one of these fake out things where it looks like she shot him in the head.
Yeah.
And then she just keeps missing. And the film is just filled with those sort of like false promises of a huge escalation until the very end. And then I'm with it.
Does escalate.
Yeah, it does.
Got clipped in the ear. Oh my God.
How convenient. But perhaps we're supposed to think that maybe she deliberately missed them. I don't know. Cool chase scene, though.
Doesn't
this
matter.
Really feels like... does really feel like it's been 25 minutes of car chases.
Yep. Yeah, it is. And and listen, as you always, I always say, I'm watching this without any sound, and it has been fun to watch. It has just been exhilarating, great editing, and it feels real. Versus, I went back to today. I was at the cinema for the first time this year, Kevin. For the first time this year, and
what did you see?
Peter Rabbit 2. When the kids didn't want to see it, I fucking wanted to see it. I said, shut up, kids, we're not seeing A Quiet Place 2. We are seeing Peter Rabbit 2, alright? And, of course, I'm joking, yeah, we went as a family trip. And it was glorious.
No, you're not. You're not joking at all.
I enjoyed Peter Rabbit 2. It was actually a lot more fun and not as obnoxious as I thought it would be. But the one thing that really irritated me about the film were there a couple of these visual gags.
With the rabbits added, like rabbits?
I'll tell you what, there's a CG element that really irritated me, where they replaced some humans with some really bad human CG stunt doubles. Like, it was like, early 2000s rubbery human CG stuff. And it was just like, oh, it kills the moment. Like, the joke, and it was there for a joke, but the joke had already happened, and then they threw in the CG stuff, and it just went, oh, why? That's a waste of money. The gag happened. But anyway, that's my rant about Peter Rabbit 2. Let's just say it won't be in our best bits. It won't be one of our best bits going forward.
But
can I ask you a question,
brought it up,
Kevin?
it's no part of the Best Bits podcast, so, I mean...
Can I ask you a question? What happened to Benji and Luther? Like, where are they? Because I missed out on what happened to them. They're gone.
They were in the back seat, and I think they fell out of the car.
Or is it one of those joke back seats, or the ones that you see in Bond where the seats just kind of like inverts on itself and it's swallowed?
I think they got out of the car. Is she stupid? Why does she keep missing him? He's right in front of her. And now he's just smashed her into it. Like, this feels, again, like this was a sequence before they had the scenes where they met each other and talked up. This feels like her introduction into the movie. Not like everything that's happened before that.
All of a sudden, she's mysteriously behind this. It feels like now she's a mysterious figure. It's like, oh, it's her. It's just her, right?
Yeah, it just feels like that. This was the way they were going to introduce her into the film.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Because if you
the whole
said
film feels like very not slapped together, because that's, again, I like this film, but there's a lot of things about it where the vibe is slightly off, and I feel like this feels like it's been stitched together with interstitial plot scenes, and they've sort of shuffleboarded around all the sequences that they were shooting without knowing where they go.
You're kind of ruining this film for me now, because everything you're saying is absolutely valid. And we know that they did. We know that they did do that. We know that they dispatched this film together. So I think we have to, as an audience, we have to embrace that this is a part of the process of the Mission Impossible franchise, and almost applaud it when you come out the other end and go, wow, that was a cracking film. And it kind of doesn't make sense, but somehow they made it kind of made sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good Tom laugh. It really is.
You just gotta go for like faking it and slightly psychotic.
Yeah.
Push it out. Almost like the Joker laugh.
I suppose that justifies bombing factories or bringing down.
Oh God.
Or strapping me into an explosive vest.
And if you are wondering where we are in the film, Tom Cruise is still dancing in his white suit, but he's got amazing moves.
They're in the catacombs somewhere in Paris, and they have the bad guy, and they're doing some sort of scan on his neck. They're checking a mole.
Tom is dancing for him. He's seated before him, and Tom is sort of doing a very seductive dance in order to hypnotize him. Because Tom is wearing
this outfit.
Tom is wearing one of the Mission Impossible face disguises. So he's actually dressed as Angela Bassett's character, and he's dancing like crazy right now. He's just It's like, remember that scene in Star Trek when Uhura was doing the dances?
Star Trek 5. Yeah, I'll never forget it, Kevin.
It's like that, but if you turn up the speed to about 2.5, the hips. And we know that Tom did this for real.
Kevin, can I ask you a beer question, right? Which is, I don't know why you called it a beer question, but it's a question of so they have this amazing technology where they can take scans of people's faces and replicate their voice boxes so you're literally the double of someone. If you could be the double of someone for a day, who would it be?
Jeff Bezos, and I would transfer over as much wealth as I could into my bank account.
But you're only his double. So like you are where you are. So you're literally just walking around as an identity. So you don't have access to his bank accounts and stuff like that. So it's literally, you have to take the kind of practicalities of like, you're living, all you are is that all that changes about you is how you look and how you sound just for a day. This is irrelevant.
Well then I would choose to be Boris Johnson, and I would go on Sky News and announce that I'm resigning, effective immediately.
Okay. Wow.
And that Brexit was a mistake, and I'm sacking the entire Tory government. That's what I would do.
Wow, you took that hypothetical very seriously, Kevin. Far more
seriously. If I was in Miss America and you give me the world peace question, I would nail it. I'd smash it.
What would you say?
Yeah,
you would say
world peace.
Yeah, I want world peace. Yeah, give me the world peace, you bastards.
What was that joke from? Was it Drop Dead Gorgeous, where William Shatner asks? Oh no, was it in the Sandra Bullock movie? There was one of them anyway where
Miss Congeniality.
Yeah, he says, describe your ideal date. And the contestant goes, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'd have to say it would be April 24th. And he just looks at yeah.
Good one.
Drop Dead Gorgeous is a very good film, though. It doesn't get. I wanted to mention that on mockumentaries, and I forgot about it.
I should have brought it up. It was on my long list. I should have brought it up. It was on my long list.
And now we're being reintroduced to Rebecca Ferguson for the third time.
Yeah. And her character is Ilsa? Is it Ilsa?
Yeah. I think it's Ilsa. Excuse me. I think it's Ilsa Faust.
Okay.
It's not a very English name.
Do you think...
Should be called Kate.
Because remember they had ideas about this franchise. The idea was, when they had Jeremy Renner in for a while, that the word was Jeremy Renner's going to take over the role. Like, this is going to be a totally different team. And it was at that period where Jeremy Renner was being touted to take over the other action franchise, the Bourne franchise, when they gave him the lead of that film that I never saw. And
who's this? Jeremy Renner?
Jiminy Cricket. No, Jeremy Renner. Germany. It's actually, that's a nice little shot, this.
But why are they having this big, long, drawn out, come to Jesus, let's talk? They've already talked. It's so sort of like, this is like the first time that they're getting to speak to each other after he tried to kill her. But they've already had a whole sequence in the bathroom where she saved his life. This is strange to me. Strange structuring. And the way that she's speaking to him.
It's
but the way that she's speaking to him is like, You need to walk away. I can't do that. You weren't at the Palais to kill Lark? No. You were there to protect him? Yes.
Excuse me for a second. I think I just turned on the actual audio for the film because, wow, your impersonation of both those actors is amazing.
I can never. Do you know they say that you're supposed to say aloud your dialogue in order? Because sometimes you'll say certain things like the rural juror, the gag from 30 Rock, where it looks okay on paper, but you can't actually say those words. And the rural juror, that was the Jenna Krakowski. Oh, what was the character? Jenna. Jenna was in a movie, and the movie was called The Rural Juror, and no one could say it.
Yeah.
But I can't perform my own dialogue, even though I know how it's supposed to be delivered. But if I was to act it out, it just sounds shit.
So you never hear your own dialogue, like, read aloud?
Oh, I do.
Well,
I do,
like,
yeah.
If you don't read it.
Yeah, I do. I read it aloud just to make sure that there are no... the words aren't clashing, or it's not sort of there's any repetition to it. But I cannot perform it. I can't act it out. I'm just not able to.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I would.
I'll often be sitting in complete silence, and I'll say something like, "How could you do that?" And the dog will like look at me like going, "What?" Because I've just basically started talking to myself in a really impassioned way, because I just was immediately in the scene that I was trying to write. Being a screenwriter is a weird job.
Mm-hmm. Don't do it.
Here we go. Another dream sequence. I love Michelle Monaghan. I wish she was in more meteor roles in films.
What's your favorite things that she's been in? I know she was in
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That's the one, yeah.
True Detective, the first series.
Oh, yes. Yeah, she's very good in that.
Yes.
Oh, it's the Widow's back again. Now, are we pulling focus on?
Where do I go?
Where would you like to meet?
And now she's gone from there to there.
Yeah, this is good. So, listeners, if you're confused, we're confused. We're back in London.
This is definitely London. This now looks like London.
We're in London, definitely. I saw a big red bus, mate. That was my accent.
Fucking hell,
right.
mate. Fucking hell.
All right, mate. I'm renowned for my inability to do accents.
I'm quite good at doing them, but I forget them if I don't practice. So I need to be around somebody, and then I can pick it up. But it sort of like fades quite quickly. But I love just saying like fucking hell, fuck me, mate, fucking hell, mate.
So here we go. Now we're going to have another double cross, right? So we're in London. We've got an underground base, some sort of catacomb kind of base again. They've met Alec Baldwin's character. We've already said his name. He's Ugly.
Fucking Hanley, mate. Fucking Hanley.
Ugly.
Don't be bastard.
And now something's going to happen where they're going to shit's going to reveal itself.
That was on the call sheet. Something's going to happen. Just get everybody together. Tom is going to figure it out, and something's going to happen. God damn it, Tom! You've been saying that for a month. I got to get back. I got to get back to shoot 30 Rock. God damn it! That was my impression of Henry Cavill.
When the Americans realize that you're playing games, you'll lose the plutonium again.
Look at his jawline. You could play in a door with that jawline.
It is incredibly square. It's incredibly square. And he's tall. He seems to be quite a tall man as well.
He's very wide.
You say
I don't know if I mentioned that.
you did.
Wide.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been watching this film for about a week.
I'm enjoying this.
When I was in the cinema watching this, I was like going, "Fucking hell, mate! Fucking dragon, mate! Hurry up! Fuck me!"
And you know what the other thing as well here, Kevin, right? Is we've been deprived of being able to hear the score. And it just goes to show sometimes how vital the score is for keeping the energy of a scene up. Because this scene right here is fairly, not totally static, but fairly, it's a static location, but a fairly static, lot of static shots going on here. And I'm sure if we were listening to the score, it would be providing some energy to the scene. But as it
would definitely have helped the scene where Tom was dancing. Because, you know, all the other characters were jiggling along as he was, like, getting into it. So I know that I would have been jiggling as well here, like going, yeah, fucking shake what your mama gave you, Tom. But, no, I love so many mediocre films for their great music. A lot of John Carpenter films, actually. I love some of his lesser quality films because the music is so great. Christine is not my favorite Carpenter film, but I love that score.
Did you ever see? I love those YouTube clips where it's like clips from famous films where they remove all the sound effects and they remove all the music and they just put in like the grunting and they just go to.
The best one of those is Dancing in the Street with Mick Jagger and David Bowie, and it's like, ha like the shoes scuffing on the floor, like oh, it's so funny.
I loved them. Oh,
there's one with Britney Spears as well, where she's wearing the red catsuit, and it's like it's squeaking, and she's like, It's so clever.
Oh, we're such professionals. But it is genuine. I get such a kick out of that stuff. I get such a kick out of it. The reason I was thinking it is because
hello and welcome to The Best Bits, a podcast about screenwriting and things that are interesting to screenwriters.
For a second, I just went, is that our intro? Oh God, what have we made? What have we made?
Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby.
I can't do it. I'm laughing too much. I can't do it. Oh God.
That's right, John.
But yeah, you're talking about scores for mediocre films, right? And I'm going to throw one out there because, I mean, if you watch...
Don't you dare say Grabbers.
If you throw out, right, watch the first Beverly Hills Cop, right? And watch it with an ear to how much work that score is doing. You know, that Axel Foley theme tune. Boom, bum, boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 bum, boom, ba-dum. Like, if you took that out, it would be fucking dire. It would really be so flat. And so, like, that's the score in that film does so much work for getting you into it. What are you oohing about? What have you?
His Adam's apple. He was like squeezing his Adam's apple, and it was like it was like a testicle.
Oh, don't. But yeah, scores. They do a lot of work.
Oh God, they definitely do a lot of work.
I was just drinking there, and I almost spat out there, Kevin.
But I'll tell you something about music in films. What? You can definitely hear it.
Don't be so smart. Don't be so smart.
Listen, I was editing an episode today and we were talking and I could tell that I was tired because all I was saying is it's an incredible scene and, you know, it's so well written. And anyway...
these buffer words. It's like, I have to say something right now. And please, let it be relevant to whatever Kevin just said. Let it add up. Oh, God. Yeah, sometimes words just come out of our mouths.
And if you haven't seen the film, it's basically a spectacular story about these two characters who go on a journey and everything goes wrong and it has such a great ending. And I'm going to play a clip right here.
And all that jazz.
And then you think, oh my God, that episode's terrible. And then people message and say, I love that episode. And you think, yay.
It's all in how the cake is made. So, hey, what's happened in the film is though we have got Henry
John Lark
Cavill
has been exposed.
Yes, his true colours have been revealed, and we think he's going to get this guy, but he's actually, we know who he is now.
He's talking to Simon Pegg, who's dressed up as Solomon Lane.
Yeah. And this is going to lead us to our best bits scene is coming up soon. It feels so long.
Oh my God, what was the best bit scene?
The foot chase. Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, this is the Tom Cruise episode.
Yeah. This is Tom Cruise's longest foot chase in all the films he's done. And
is this the longest? Is this the longest Mission Impossible film?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it has to be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I've never gone back and rewatched the second one.
That's a tough one. Oh, here we go.
Imagine if he was wrong.
He just ripped open his skin off his skull.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh jeez, we can put it back together. Oh my God, just sellotape. Anyone. Oh God. No, don't scream.
Yeah. And now Henry Cavill is, for some reason, pissed off, even though he has a whole team ready to get him out of this situation.
Stop poking holes. Oh my God. Just park your brain, Kevin. Enjoy the fucking film, man. Go for the ride.
Leave your brain at the door. So basically just sit in the chair and drool.
I want to ask you, right? What's your relationship? What's your relationship with the
Booby?
What is your relationship with the Fast and the Furious franchise? How do you get on with those films?
I get on quite well with them by not watching them.
Oh, right.
I don't like them. I find them naff. And I cannot listen to Vin Diesel say, family. I don't got friends, I got family.
Yeah. I found the first several very, very challenging.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
But for me, when they inserted, what's his name? The Rock, and they started making it more of a rock film, I all of a sudden it became more cartoony, like a Saturday morning.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of The Rock either. I don't like. What's your favorite rock film?
Just give me a second. Just let me think about that.
But you think, all right, name any other movie star, and you can point to a star turn in a classic movie, an undeniable classic movie. And The Rock doesn't have that. The Rock obviously has his wrestling career, and I suppose that counts for him. But if you were to say, what is The Rock's greatest, where he is the star of the movie film? I can't mention it. It's not going to be. It's not going to be
Jumanji. It's not Jumanji. It's not.
Rampage.
Oh God, I haven't even seen that.
It's not that Earthquake one he did. It's not that Die Hard riff he did.
San Andreas one, remember that one? Yeah, that was the Earthquake, the Earthquake one.
Yeah, when he was introduced in Welcome to the Jungle or the Rundown, depending on what territory you're in, and Schwarzenegger did that sort of passing the baton thing where he said, have fun. And he walked past him in the hallway. And it was sort of this moment of Schwarzenegger saying, this is the guy to take up my mantle. And then The Rock just sort of got into doing all these sort of Coca-Cola movies that felt very plastic and safe, and there's no bite to them, and they all feel so corporate. And he could help filmmakers get films made that have a bit of bite to them and that are exciting, and sort of the films that Schwarzenegger would have made with Cameron and what have you. And he just didn't do that. And so I am not in the camp of like The Rock being amazing. For me, he's just a very plastic movie star, and I just don't like his films, and then I don't like the Fast and Furious films. I know we've just seen Alec Baldwin die, which is a terrible shame, I think, in this film franchise.
Mm-hmm. He's a really big character, yeah.
And I know that people listening to this are actually huge, huge fans of The Rock, and I don't begrudge anybody that. It's just for me, I don't particularly get anything out of his taste in movies or the
I
films.
think he has a very... I think you're right in the fact that he actually hasn't made any great films, but I still think
he's been great in many films.
He's got charisma. He has on-screen, on-camera charisma that hasn't been exploited yet, and I still have faith. Not faith, but I still feel that his great film is going to come at some stage, you know.
It's too late for that.
It's too late. Maybe it's too late right now. But maybe, I don't know.
Although he has been in one of the greatest moments in all of movies. So I will give him that.
You have to tell me what that is.
It's the moment in The Other Guys where he and Samuel L. Jackson leap off of the roof of the building.
Right.
And they're playing There Goes My Hero. Watch him, man. And they are just falling in slow motion. And they're falling and they're falling. And you're thinking, what the fuck is going on here? And then they just hit the ground and they're dead. And it is such a sort of a Naked Gun type trolling move. They play it off where it's like the two guys are just the badasses. They look at each other and go like, well, looks like we know what to do. They make a running jump off the building and they just kill themselves. And it's hilarious. So I will give him that.
And here, Kevin, I have to call it up. This is the beginning of the foot chase. This is my best Tom Cruise speed scene. And we're here in St. Paul's Cathedral, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's pretty sure it's St. Paul's. And I like the way this is fun.
To bring it back to your thing that you were saying earlier on, is this where Prince Charles and Diana got married?
I don't think they got married here. I might be wrong, but I don't think they got married in St. Paul's.
Shit, that would have made sense for that weird sort of thing that you said.
I don't think they did, though. But let's just say they did. There's a cool. I love Paddington 2, and there's a great Paddington 2 scene. Have you seen either Paddington or Paddington 2?
I have, yeah. I thought they were very good.
Paddington 2 is great. I've actually done a tour of St. Paul's, so I've been on these stairs right there. I did a bungee jump from the top of St. Paul's Cathedral, actually, right down into a...
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. So I think this here is called the Whispering Wall. And if you were standing on one side, if you're standing on one side and you spoke quite whispered into the wall, a person standing directly opposite you could hear your whisper the way the sound.
Oh, because it curves along the wall.
Yeah, it's called the Whispering Wall, I'm pretty sure, and it's
That's
pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So now we're on top of the rooftop, and this is where the shit goes down for poor Tom.
And this here, I think it's called the pissing ledge, because a lot of the builders will actually stand right there and piss over the side.
Yeah, there's three leaps, and it's the third. That was the first leap, and on the third leap, he breaks his goddamn knee. It's horrific.
His knee or his foot?
No, it's his knee. He broke his knee. It's not his foot. He was like it was an epic kind of. It wasn't easy. It was like whoa. And I think we're building up to it now. This is the camera shot I love. This is kind of like drone kind of camera shot, and we're building up to it right now.
But think about this: how many takes would he have done of that?
Well, obviously, one now. Here we go. That's it. Oh, and he did break it right there, and he is broken it right now. That's obviously not broken. But when he's dragging himself, now his leg is gone, and he's hobbling off camera because he knew. That's what's cool about it. He knew when he hit, he could feel it was gone, and he knew I have to complete the shot because we're going into shutdown. And apparently,
they completed all this sequence. So his foot and his knee, and even his back are broke right there, and he's still filming.
he's so.
They don't shut down until the helicopter sequence.
It cost him. That shutdown cost him 80 million.
Cost him 80 million? Well, why? Because
the production, the film production.
Oh, the production.
Because they had to keep everyone employed still, and but it was covered by insurance, so like it didn't come out of the actual budget of the film, but still, the price tag was 80 million.
But it was worth it in the end.
Yeah. But there's
how many offices have you been in like that in London? I've been in hundreds.
Well, I haven't been in London a huge amount of times, so.
But when you go to meetings and stuff, or you have general meetings, they're all in offices like that.
Just trying to remember. I suppose.
Hi, did you have a good trip? Yeah, it was grand. So, do you want a drink of water or anything? Oh yeah, I will, sir. Okay, he'll be with you in just a few moments. You're sitting there for 10 minutes.
Oh man. I love the blocking of the scene and how they use St. Paul's Cathedral as like a visual marker.
He is a fast fucking runner.
About 20. He does run full speed, and I think he's doing about 25 kilometers an hour. When he's
going full Tom here.
Full Tom. And what we're missing here again is the score is great. The score is fantastic here.
As we know, you should never go full Tom. Yeah.
Well, that's there's a callback. But again, this is the moment that flips this film, and really, I think it's the moment that gives the film its the energy to keep it alive for the second half.
Yeah, so we are currently 3 hours in, and there are another 2.5 hours to go. So we're at the midpoint.
Oh no! What? How long are we actually into this? Oh my god! Let me see.
So we started on Monday, and it's currently August.
August, yeah, of the following year of 2022.
Oh no! He's got a picture of Julia.
Yeah. So this is where this shit hits the fan for poor old Tom. Henry knows all about Julia.
So if I was writing this, I would say, and then Cavill says, how did you get a picture, or Tom goes, how did you get a picture of my wife? And Henry Cavill goes, your wife. And then he picks up the phone and he's like, honey, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, hon. And Tom's like, oh my God, she got married to him? Tell me that wouldn't improve the film.
Well, listen, they were shooting a lot of different versions, and who's to say they didn't actually shoot that particular version before Tom broke his knee?
How did Tom end up on that roof when Henry Cavill was on the other one? I'm confused. How did Henry Cavill get in the helicopter?
Take off from? Where did the helicopter take off from?
Yeah.
Oh no! Where's the helicopter? Where's that helicopter pad? Oh
yeah,
God!
That makes...
Oh no!
And also, how do helicopters fly? Poor Tom.
He's aged. He aged awful bad in this film, you know.
Dr. Delbruck's lab in Berlin.
That's a fast nuclear device. That's great. The energy released in World War II.
To disarm it, normally we use Walker and plutonium cores, meaning 2 bombs.
Yeah, and they're both linked by a microwave failsafe, which is accurate to within 1/10 of a second.
Any attempt to defuse
So now it's more complicated. No, it's even more complicated. So one bomb talks to the other bomb.
It's started via a remote detonator, which is also a failsafe, meaning once the countdown starts, it can't be stopped.
Who does all the diagrams and the little animatics that they do? Which one of them is sitting there thinking, I need to draw out a graph of this and animate it so that I can have it ready for the presentation later?
No, Tom, no, can we push it back to tomorrow? Actually, if you don't mind. No, I really want to put some color into those radial lines, if you don't mind. Yeah. No,
Tom, I have a pie graph, but I don't have an animated schematic. So, I don't know. I mean, I can sort of draw it on a piece of paper, but if you give me till tomorrow, then I'll be able to do a full slideshow.
And you know what's better? If we could push the meeting out to next week, right? I can actually get a voiceover artist in who does all like Ben Burt, does all the bips and bings and stuff like that, and it'll sound really cool. And I know there's something about a timer and all that, and you know things.
Listen, I have a warehouse booked out for tomorrow, and it's a great location. It's quite ominous. And I thought that we could have the meeting there rather than in the conference room. I know that MI6 will provide a conference room for us, but listen, there's this fantastic warehouse.
The lighting's great. Trust me, the lighting is class. You really have to. We'll do a recce. All right. We'll do a recce. I know the bad guys are out there. I know the bad guys are out there and that the world is in imminent danger. But trust me, if we can really sell this presentation.
I know what you're going to think. You're going to think that I chose this because there's a Starbucks right next door, but I swear to you I didn't. This is where Ilsa is finding out from Ving that Tom Cruise abandoned his wife, but he still loves her.
Oh, God. Wonder where he abandoned her.
In a car park. She went in to pick up some things from Tesco and he drove off.
I have to say, this is one of the scenes. Bye. This is one of those awkward scenes, right? Where Ving Rhames is doing all the exposition of Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt's back story to her.
Yeah.
And then Tom just appears. He overhears this. Oh, you've seen my fragile, weeping soul. Oh my God, I'm exposed through an external character. So it's a bit.
Yeah. It gets her away from Tom having to show any emotion.
Yeah.
Same time, we put our own transponder.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun,
switcheroo.
dun, dun.
36-hour delayed activation in case Lane's apostles scan.
Dum 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 dum. Do you think that the Mission Impossible would have been the success that it is if it had the theme from the Muppets?
It would definitely have be a $1 billion blockbuster, Kevin. Without question. It's like, who is saying
your mission, if you choose to accept it? Mana mana da 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 mana mana da da da.
I was listening to the story about it was William Friedkin on The Exorcist. That's the reason. And he was the studio exec did not want Ellen Burstyn in the title role, and he wanted Jane Fonda. And after the film, like obviously was Ellen Burstyn got the role, and Jane Fonda just like poo-pooed everything about it. Why would I be involved in this commercial piece of shit? But after The Exorcist was like, $500 million success at the box office, William Friedkin walked met the exec at a party and said, well, what do you think of Ellen Burstyn now? And the exec said, he says, yeah, my point is, if if we had Jane Fonda, that movie would have made $1 billion. You know, it's like, you see, that's my point.
I knew that was coming.
$1 billion.
Yeah. William Friedkin just said on Twitter that a certain film that's in cinemas right now is a masterpiece, and I thought, oh no, senility comes to us all.
Are we talking about a type of horror thriller, science fiction horror thriller? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, the sequel to a blockbusting kind of sleeper hit from 2 years ago. Okay,
Peter Rabbit 2.
I want to see that. Yep. That's the one. That's the one. Wow.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this sequel. So where did he shoot this in? Did he shoot this in the
New Zealand?
Norway? Is this so? This was New Zealand, because I know they shot some stuff in Norway as well. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they probably did. Oh no, you're right. This is New Zealand. I'm pretty sure.
This is New Zealand doubling in for
Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Yeah.
Which make lovely sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I've just heard cashmere. I only wear pennies myself.
I wear the exclusive brand Saint Bernard. Saint Bernard.
I don't shop anywhere but Quinsworth.
Oh no, that's a deep cut. Like, we're really reaching to our 40-year-old Irish male and female demographic right there. We'll get that one. So what you do, Kevin?
So if you are still, okay, to anyone who can hear me, listen to the sound of my voice. If you are still watching, if you're still listening to this audio commentary, tweet us and say, I'm still listening, because I bet you everyone's turned off.
we need some validation that we need to yeah, it's worth our while even staying up until this hour of night doing this,
because it's currently 5 a.m.
God. Well, at least we know we're in the final act, or whatever you call it. We're in the final bit of the film now that we're at this site.
We're getting towards the best bit, which is the end bit.
We've had the inverted commas best bit, but yeah, the most fun bit's coming up, right?
Just before we came on, I sent you a picture of look,
your penis. Yeah, please don't ever send that again. All right,
that was a video. The picture I sent you was of Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones in the 5th one.
Yeah,
which I know looks like my penis. It's so wrinkled.
You put a hat on it and a fedora. You dress it up, which is weird. It's just kind of strange to me.
Oh, Jesus. We always just go to the base toilet humor towards the end. We start off and everything is like, so in this sequence, they spent over a week, and then at the end it's like, titties.
Dick jokes. It just strips us back. It just strips us, like, literally just peels us back to such a base.
I am genuinely worried that for anyone that enjoys the actual show, that they'll come and listen to the audio commentaries and they'll think those guys are fucking crackers. And and also we tend to shit on things more. So we're not these like angelic. These guys were like, The Rock, fuck him.
That's you. I'm like going, hey, The Rock, he's crazy.
The Rock, he wants to option my script? Fuck him.
Oh my God. I didn't say that, Rock. Rock, option my script, Rock. You know you want to.
Dwayne, I'm only joking you, Dwayne. You can have my script.
Here, I like this moment. I like this moment of Shell Mine.
I love it.
And seeing the team. Yeah, it's really, this is
my favorite moment in the actual film.
Yeah, this bit of the film makes the whole film work. Like
absolutely
all of the kind of the plot double crossy crap that kind of happened before, and you can see, as you pointed out, all the various things where they reshot and repurposed stuff and changed it.
This is a fantastic final act, and this is proper spy stuff where she knows that if he's here and if the team are here, something bad is happening. And she can't sort of allude to that to her husband, who isn't a foil, which I love. He's not a sort of a dipshit where Tom Cruise is joking and saying, him? You chose him? Oh my God. But it's actually, no, he's a decent, good-looking, smart,
competent
guy. So you can't begrudge him. And I just think it's an excellent, excellent choice. And I wouldn't want us to do an audio commentary on this film if this sequence wasn't in here, if it was just another sort of like action sequence at the end.
And it's good writing and good acting, good performances, good decisions.
Suddenly you care. You care about everybody.
Yeah. Right now, it's funny. I just got reinvested in watching this film. Because she was there.
I had my head in the gutter thinking about Harrison Ford's wrinkly penis, and suddenly I'm back. I'm back in the film.
Yeah, we'll put that aside. We'll put that to one side. It's no.
Well, we have to, because I've mentioned. No, we've got to finish up on it. What do you think of Indiana Jones coming back for the 5th time?
I've said it before. I'm so worried for that man. I'm just like going, please. He broke his leg in doing that Star Wars film.
He's no Tom Cruise.
He's 78 or he's 77, 78 at least. And this is an action film. Just leave him be. Jesus Christ. So I don't know. I'm worried. I'm
for
just
fuck's
worried.
sake. My God,
man. Leave the man alone. It's
he's
like
in his 80s.
It's like asking lads to come out and play a championship match, for like an inter-county championship match. He's going to get bait off the field, so that's my fear. That is my
fear. You're going to see him swing the whip, and he's just going to fall right off the whip. He's going to try and swing, and he's just going to face plant. It's like bang. Do you ever see those videos of like the this girl?
He's gone. Stick with me, folks.
Tries to swing out into the lake and jump in, and she just basically falls flat, face first onto the rocks.
Jesus Christ!
She couldn't hold her weight. Oh no! She was fine. God. She survived.
She survived. She was fine. She survived.
I'm sorry, but this is a great sequence. It's spectacular.
Hey, and all that jazz. Hey, in the trailer for this.
This is real.
The trailer for this.
This is also real. He did this.
It's fucking real. It's fucking nuts.
I wouldn't do this. Look, the problem that I had with bungee jumping versus skydiving is that when you're skydiving, you're so far up that the relationship to the ground doesn't compute. So it just looks magical and unreal. And also you're tied to an actual professional skydiver, so you're relaxable. But when you're bungee jumping and you can see the fucking ground that you're going to, in your head, smack off of, it's really hard to do. To jump. And anything.
I don't know how he did it.
Like Cruise hanging off of a helicopter. I couldn't do that. Not a hope.
I don't know if it's happened for you, but year, pre-pandemic, I had my first case of vertigo. Like proper, I never thought I was scared of heights, but it was on coming down from Patrick. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. See that? How did they do that? Because it was so bloody convincing. When he, I remember, I was just in the cinema, right there, experiencing what I experienced, and I audibly gasped in the cinema. I was just like, Jesus Christ, how did, oh my God. But I
see, all the characters now are registering the fact that Julie is here.
Yeah.
But you were saying you went up to Croagh-Patrick and you got vertigo?
I had vertigo coming down Croagh-Patrick, yeah. You were coming down, it's the steep incline when you're kind of coming off the summit, when you're coming down the summit. And what it is where your eyes what your eyes are seeing, and you basically become disorientated as to
the perspective is off.
Perspective is off. Because I was looking straight down, as in I had to go down the scree. You have to kind of come down. Okay, like it's not severe, but it's a steep enough angle.
Why did you go up it?
Oh, we did it for fun. We did it. Myself and a couple of buddies said, "Will they do that?" So we want to do a couple of more of those climbs. But when I was looking straight off the edge of the cliff, like from my horizon, I was looking down at fields far, far, far below me, and they were at the wrong angle. It was like, it's fucking so weird. So yeah, I've had that sense of vertigo. I felt myself wanting to lean backwards, you know?
Yeah.
And so watching Tom Cruise up there,
like he's really doing this. He may be winched in, and they've probably painted out some sort of wire. Well, definitely they have. That's holding him in place. But he's out there. He's on that.
Ricky Gervais is inside that. Like, yeah.
Ricky Gervais wishes.
Yeah. He looks like him.
Also,
but yeah,
didn't Tom learn how to fly a helicopter?
Of course he did. He built his own helicopter. Yeah, he is doing the stunt. He is doing the stunt piloting for this. Absolutely. There's a shot. I remember there was this exciting shot in the trailer. Yeah. This is visually absolutely stunning to look at. Like, it's so exhilarating.
It's and the music.
Yeah. Do you know the shot I'm on about, Kevin, in the trailer? It's like of this helicopter flying at road level
towards a truck
or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'd love to know how that came into play in this. Maybe
or
it's
a lorry.
Look at the extra features. Yeah, depending what continent you're from. I'm going to have to look at the extra features and see if it's in there.
Oh, are we boring you, Will?
I was hoping I'd sneak that away.
I'm gonna push the volume way up when you do that.
It is past my bedtime, which is like 8 o'clock.
Listen, fair play to you. You have come on and done this podcast on many occasions when you tell me you've been up since 6, and I'm like, whoa, I couldn't do that.
Sometimes 5. Yeah.
Whoa, I couldn't do that either.
I've done the podcast, absolutely hosted the podcast sometimes, like literally ready to fall asleep at the beginning.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah, I could go to sleep now.
And then you just come on, you start talking to me, and you just get livened right up.
That's it. It's just like, whoa, hold on to this Bronco. Hold on to this book. It's a beautiful waterfall in distance.
Yeah, when I did monologues, I was shattered. Wire strippers. I'm a doctor, not an electrician.
The thing with the green the wire in my left hand.
The black one.
My left hand.
Yeah, there's something about her where, she's got a very reassuring presence.
Just checking.
Yeah, she just radiates sort of like good vibes.
I love looking at this. This is beautiful. Whatever, I'm watching it on a Blu-ray. And crikey. Like, again, what I love about this is there we go. Did he dodge it? They did. I wish we'd see the splash. We do. There we go. But everything about this, at the moment, I don't see any CGI trickery. I'm just seeing gorgeous photography. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
all in camera. It looks beautiful.
I appreciate them so much for doing it that way. Yeah. Christopher Nolan does it as well, which I'm, for better or worse, his films have gotten a little bit too convoluted for me. But I love that he does it in camera as much as possible.
It's worth it. It's worth
Zack Snyder
point of view.
is a great visualist, but he just slathers his images in so much digital paint that I can't believe anything. I don't feel like I'm witnessing anything tangible and real. It's all just artifice.
Yeah. Whereas you look at this and everything, you get, like, you're instinctively invested in it because you know you can't see the wires. You just go, Jesus, they're flying into a canyon. No, they're flying that low. It's crazy. Like,
I love tracer fire in films.
This should just be a movie. Trace of Fire, the movie.
I'm sure there is a film called Trace of Fire.
Trace of, maybe.
I don't know. There's so many direct-to-video films. There's a moment coming up, though, where Henry Cavill gets injured. He gets burned by the engine oil, or and it. I think that you should have your villain in the final battle be the one who is in the best physical condition. You shouldn't weaken them. And they obviously blind Henry Cavill in one eye, and then he's going into the final battle with Tom. And I feel like he's already on the back foot there. And really, it should be the other way around. Although they don't want to damage Tom's face. But you want to have your hero in the third act. And as I'm saying all this, I love this third act. But generally, if I was doing this, it would be, as an analogy, if Tom Cruise had to run 100 meters to hit a button to stop a bomb going off, then my instinct would be to break his legs and then have him try and get those 100 meters, get across that distance. And that's just my instinct, is that the hero should have the steepest hill to climb. So going into the third act and him being in great shape, undamaged, up against Henry Cavill, who's battered, I think is an odd choice. But I love that they give all of the team something to do, and all of their contributions are vital.
No, it is a good. It's an exhilarating final act. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, and I love that she has to face off against her nemesis here. That rather than being Tom against Solomon Kane, it's her against Solomon Kane.
And the story is visually quite clear. We've been watching this, and quite often we've been going, I don't know what's going on. People are talking to each other. But right now, the pieces of the puzzle are kind of like visually are being communicated.
Because this is all emotion. It's not so much about information now and subterfuge and double crossing. It's we know that most of these characters have unfinished business.
I am genuinely excited to see where the next two films go. Like I'm more excited about this franchise, as I said at the beginning, than I am about the Bond films. Like I'm like
I feel like I've already seen that next Bond film.
I haven't even seen the trailer for it, so I don't know what to expect. Yeah.
They made a mistake in that last Bond. They should have had the Here I Am Again. Oh my god, I'm up on my hind legs here, giving out about everything. I would have preferred if Bond, get out of there. If Bond ended up with Monica Bellucci rather than the daughter of the guy who kills himself, but if it was his wife instead, and he met up with Monica Bellucci and was there to sort of tell her that she's in danger and what have you. Because just have Bond with an age-appropriate actress who is a bombshell in herself. It just would have lended so much more heart to Bond giving up his career as a spy to be with a woman that he cares about. But as it is in Spectre, the last one, she's just too young for him. She's like in her 20s, and you just feel like, Bond, you dirty old man.
That Roger Moore vibe, you know.
Yeah.
You can even feel in those last Roger Moore films, he was quite respectfully going. They didn't have the intimate scene like with the younger actress. You know, it wasn't as, you know, for a lack of a better word, as like leery or gropey. It kind of did have that more paternal kind of relationship going on.
You mentioned Beverly Hills Cop earlier on, and one of the things that I love about Beverly Hills Cop, aside from the obvious stuff and the great music, but I love that Eddie Murphy's character, his best friend that he's going to visit and who he's going to help out is the girl in it, the female lead, and there's no relationship between them. They're just pals. And I know that the reason for that was because the producers or the studio at the time thought that America would balk at the fact of a black man being with a white woman. So they kept it platonic.
Oh.
And I think that she was originally the female lead when Stallone was going to be in the movie. But even though, yeah, because I made a remark about that on Twitter, and somebody pointed out to me that no, it was because of racism. That's why there is no romantic relationship between the male and female lead.
Wow.
Because I was looking at it through like 21st century eyes and going like, that's really progressive. I really think that's commendable, that they're just pals. And it's like, well,
wow.
Because
Racism.
they were still, dealing with, can a black guy cop off with
Jesus,
a typical...
I didn't know, did you say Stallone? Stallone was up for that part?
Yeah, and I think he, Cobra is what he
didn't.
He sort of took the guts of his rewrite of I could be just bastardizing actual facts here, but I do know that he did Cobra, and Cobra would have been a lot more like his version of Beverly Hills Cop. But when Eddie Murphy came on board, it became a lot more comedic in places, even though it's a serious action film. Mm-hmm. But Eddie Murphy is just full of charisma. He just makes it fun.
And the score is so vital to that. Again, we've been watching this. We've been watching these the helicopter chase, which is a cool fucking chase, Kevin. Oh my god, chase scenes, man.
We have an aerial dogfight scene topic, and this would be in there.
Definitely.
What else would you put in? I put in the Star Wars films in there. They've got some great
aerial dogfights. Well, Top Gun, of course. Let me think. Dunkirk. I have to watch Dunkirk again. We'll have to look at...
I couldn't track what was going on in Dunkirk because of the time jumps. I was like, wait a second, that plane crashed. Is this a different plane or is that another plane? Is this a support squadron?
This is Kevin shitting at another well-loved film. I'm trying to think what other cool there is. So we're...
Wait, have you ever seen the edit that somebody did where Kenneth Branagh looks towards the horizon, and obviously they're expecting, or we're expecting, because we've seen the film, that it's going to be the fleet coming to help get evacuate the British troops and what have you. And instead, Kenneth Branagh is looking at you and he's like, what is it? What do you see? And he goes, home. And they cut to the fleet of boats in Mamma Mia 2 when they're all dancing to, I think it's Dancing Queen. And it's hilarious.
Very good. Very good. The fight scene with Rebecca Ilsa's character and Blaine kind of had a really cool dilemma there where she was choking him out and poor Simon Pegg was literally suffocating and hanging and dying, and she had to make a decision of who to...
This reminds me of Cliffhanger, this sequence.
Yeah. Cliffhanger, and for me, Jurassic Park The Lost World as well. That's what I'm reminded of.
And for me, Jurassic Park 3 with the plane.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oi. Yeah, so here we go.
There's your spray. Yeah.
Why do that?
To him right there.
Like, what purpose does that serve? Other than to create a cool makeup effect, I think. But you've injured the villain.
Yeah. Tom Cruise takes a lot of risks, doesn't he?
There you go. Look, he's blinded in one eye. Now I feel like that shouldn't be the case.
It's as if it makes him more powerful. It's like now my true powers are going to be revealed. Jesus Christ, it is so brutal. This
you can't hurt me.
Yeah,
I'm Superman. Ba dum 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 dum.
Go be with your husband.
Ving Rhames has literally moved about an inch in every scene that he's been in. He just sits there and he doesn't even turn his head.
It's a good paycheck.
That's working smarter.
Yeah.
In this scene, boss, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna talk.
But his eyeballs have done some amazing stunts.
You see, Ethan left his wife in a Tesco car park because he loved her. He's a good man, Ethan.
He just left her there sitting on the baby seat. She just sat in the baby seat.
She had no money. He drove off. She thought he was dead. We watched her for 2 years, grieving. Ethan laughed every day. He's a good man. Here we go, limp.
Here we go, yeah. Yeah, he's limping in this, isn't he? I just want to press the button. I just want to play with your fancy countdown timer thing.
I just want to play with your...
stop it.
Just want to play with your button. Doink. Going.
Oh, it's good stuff. Good.
I'd love to hear the Foley version of this.
There has to be a whole collection of stuff out there. Oh, Jesus! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Lads, we take the mics, we take the mic pack off the lads. I don't think they need it.
Welcome to the Best Bits Pod. Screenwriting podcast. Oh God. We'll never get another gig, Kevin, after doing these. Ever.
The WGA had an AGM this week, and in it, they discussed contract negotiations. Meanwhile, I'm pitching you my version of the best sex scene, which is 100 people shagathon orgy.
Send in your 3-pagers so we can shit all over them.
Oh, God.
Oh, Henry Cavill. Oh,
ouch. Took his eye out.
Mm-hmm. I think it took a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Fucking leg. No, actually, folks, this is actually worth syncing up with the film. Yes, it's fucking hilarious.
Go on, Tom.
It only works if you can sync it up with the film. Oh God, this has been a long walk. It's been a long walk for that gang alone. It has been a long 3-hour walk. Was it? No, 3-year walk. Oh fuck me. Oh. Fuck. What is?
There are some podcasts out there which will put this behind a paywall, but not us. This is going direct into the feed. We are so proud of this.
God. Imagine if we actually made people pay for this. God above the creators.
Can we do that?
Well, no.
Okay, we're ready.
No, that was what Simon. I saw Simon Pegg doing it.
We'll do it on one. All right, stand by.
Yeah.
Ah.
Disgusting.
Ah. He's got a whistle in his mouth. This only makes sense if you're watching the film.
ASMR.
Oh, we're fucking morons.
Oh my God, I am pouring with sweat.
If any of my teachers or anyone who's listens to this, please don't lose respect for us. We're just delirious. We're tired.
And we don't give a shit.
We finished the full season. It's late.
Being cool means not caring. We're cool. Oh my God.
That's some shot I love. It's a beautiful film to look at.
It's spectacular.
It's all that jazz.
Basically. Obviously. But
where I'm trying to get us. Oh, Simon Pegg.
That way.
This film. To the Coke machine.
Where are we going? We're going down the hall. Straight ahead, lads.
I need a sandwich.
Give me a can of Fanta and a Snickers.
Do you have any change first?
Be funny if Wes Bentley just said to him, Papa? Whoa! Big twist. This is actually your son. He's not my husband. He's your son. I was pregnant when you left me at Tesco. My God. How old is that boy? He's 8.
He's 8.
He has a condition.
Have you seen the movie Jack? Have you seen the movie Jack? Yes, that's the one.
Don't you dare judge him. You can't judge me. You left me at Tesco. That boy's not right, I tell you. He's your son. This film is too long. Oh, God. I'm cracking up.
Honestly, you now have to be watching the film. I abandoned what I said at the beginning, that you don't have to be watching the film. You actually have to be watching the film now to have any context for what these noises are.
I'll say something genuine, though. When I got into the film, when I skirmished past the film industry, I thought it would be amazing to get into a position where you could write roles for actors and write them parts that would be incredible to see them perform it. And it doesn't work out that way because there's so many different, constraints on things when it comes to casting. But I'd love to write a role for Michelle Moynihan.
Oh. And I highly suspect she has listened to the entirety of this 3-hour audio commentary.
And that
Michelle,
hope is dashed.
that's why we've done this.
Okay, so listen, we've got an opportunity
And
here.
Michelle,
What does
entirety of this audio commentary has been skipped. Go on.
Wait. What does Ilsa whisper here into Michelle's ear that we don't hear?
I would say.
Wait,
I'm
let's
thinking
watch.
She says, the outside toilets have sanitary towels.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing I think she's saying. She's giving her toilet advice.
Another White Widow is here. I don't understand. And she's so happy because she stabbed the guy in the heart and she traded weapons. And I don't get it. I don't understand. And Solomon Kane has gone back to prison.
It's okay, because I remember when I watched this, when I rewatched it for the night for the episode. I just went, not having a clue what's happening. Not a clue.
I understand why Hudley believed in you. The world needs the IMF. We need people like you who care about the one life as much as they care about the millions.
So, Michelle Monaghan, when Kevin's writing dialogue for you, that's the voice he's hearing in his head. That's the one.
You never looked better. That's a goddamn lie. There we go. I think we have to be near the end, even though it looks like there's another
we're so
age of end credits.
It's angry. Oh, we've got. I'm at 2 nights. That's
7.5 minutes of end credits. Listen, you don't need to hear us talk about the end credits, do you?
Oh no, we've done it. My God, we made it. It's it got a little bit farcical at times, but if you've gotten to the end of this audio commentary, there you will receive a badge in the post because it went to shit somewhere along the way.
Sean Harris.
Who's he?
Henry Cavill. That was his name. I was trying to figure out. Tom Cruise. I knew I seen him from somewhere. Tom Cruise.
Is Sean Harris relative of Richard Harris? Am I completely wrong? Because Jared Harris is...
Not everyone who has the same name are related, you know.
I know.
I am not related to Kevin Hart.
What? Oh my God.
Okay. And on that note,
oh my God.
Thank you everyone for listening to this audio commentary, this descent into madness.
That's what this has been.
On a film that I think both of us genuinely love. And
it's a great film.
Even though we don't understand it, or I don't. And join us again for another
descent into fucking lunacy.
Oh God,
it's fucking. But I think if the film was shorter and if we could understand what was happening, then we could actually, we could deliver more specific, commentary. This week just fucking lost us.
We had no hand in this film whatsoever. So what are we going to do? Say, oh, it's a great day on set here. Tom really went for it. He, with Tom, he actually rehearses before he does everything, and he's a great person for doing rehearsals.
Mm-hmm. I made him his cheese sandwich that morning, actually. Yeah. Extra cheese. Smoked. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And,
well, will we wrap it up? There are 5 more minutes. There's no post-credits to this. We'll be back for another fantastic episode of All the Best Bits.
Premium content stuff.
Don't know what film it is, but I'm certain it will be as informative as this one.
Informative.
It'll be very informational.
Translucent. No, what is it? Tumescent. Tumescent?
Tumescent.
That's what it'll be.
Although I said
pubescent.
Pubescent. I don't know what the fuck pubescent is. I feel utterly pubescent after this film, and it begins us all to do a more cromulent audio commentary next week.
Cromulent. I've actually, cromulent. It's a good word.
It is. It's a Simpsons reference.
Is it a fake word? It's the fake word, isn't it?
It is a fake word. My God, you call yourself a writer?
Yeah, it's a fake word. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, that's the whole joke. Something like in Biggins, I never heard that word until I moved to Springfield. I don't know why. It's a perfectly cromulent word.
That's exactly it. Yeah, well done.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, very good.
And
deep cut. All right, man.
Back next week. Good night.
Well done.
You're going to say God bless? Go on, say it. Let your Irishness out.
Right.
God bless.
May the road rise to meet you. Oh, and 100,000 welcomes Kate Bielefalter. Me Buchalines and me Collins.
Miggledy.
I have to go home and I have to put my shillelagh to bed. I'd be up in the morning and he'd going outside and baiting the cows he'd be if I don't get it to bed in time.
Holy Jesus. That has to be the end. Good night.
That's it. Good luck. Right. God bless you.
And here is a clip from the lad's latest Mini Bits bonus show. The full episode, plus 80 more, are available on their Patreon.
See ya, Mossy. I gotta go in and record another one of these fucking mini bits.
Oh, yes, this is all it is.
I know. What are you doing?
Right now, on the Academy screener site, and I hit play because there's only a few films on it for the first month or two. There's only like about less than 10 films on it. And Guy Ritchie's The Covenant is on here. So I hit play on that, and I'm hearing we're out in Afghanistan, and I'm hearing all the dirt, and I hear vehicles, and I hear the sound effects of characters walking. But when characters open their mouths, I don't hear any dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
there's no dialogue.
They've uploaded the wrong audio track. It's like that Tom Cruise trailer where it was just the sound effects.
Have you met an SP?
Yeah, and this film's been up on the screener site for a few weeks now, and they still have the wrong one here. Well, I tell you what films are actually up there for all Academy members to see, and they see what they've put up there.
But first of all, let's just throw to our theme. And I have to say, the feedback from my thank you ballad it was quite fierce.
The power of Christ compels you.
So I asked Mossy, who is a friend of my dad's at the quiz, sing us a theme tune.
Oh.
So over to Mossy.
Hit the cards. I'm fine, I'll get it done in one take. It's the Many Bits. Oh, podcast, what will they say? With Will and Kev from Cork.
The best fucking podcast.
That'll do.
That'll do.
My God.
Thank you, Mossy.
He would make an angel weep. That voice would make an angel weep.
Telling you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Boolabus.
It only cost us 2 months Patreon money, so, you know.
Is that all? Money well spent, in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you can't get much for €20. Will, you were telling me before the intro that you were looking at stuff on the Academy Screeners website.
The Academy Awards. So for official members, yes. So they don't send out DVDs anymore. So how you do all your streaming stuff is all via the Academy website. And the streaming season has begun, which is exciting. So it means for the rest of the year...
Did it ever end?
It does end. It does. After the Academy Awards, there's about 2 weeks, and they take all the films down, and then they begin again at the end of August, and they all start coming up. So it's a whole new collection of hopefuls.
So how many films are on there?
Right now, about 10. Actually, 10 exactly. I can tell you the 10.
Oh, go on, tell me.
John Wick 4.
For the Oscars. Oh, because there's like...
Yes, because they're adding in stunt category, aren't they?
Are they adding it in? Is the stunt category being added?
I believe they're adding in some sort of stunt category.
Breaking news straight from an Academy member's mouth.
Because they're adding in stunt category, aren't they?
Slash film.
I don't know. Did I read this in an article? I feel they were.
I
felt they were.
Have long overlooked stunts, and my God, it's pure artistry.
Yeah.
And it is incredibly, well, these days, it's all fucking rubber computer generated avatars.
That's why that's why these people should be getting their Oscars when someone's actually going out there. Yeah,
go back,
absolutely.
Go back and give it to your man from Mad Max who broke his legs.
Give it to Richard Farnsworth, who was a stuntman and starred in The Straight Story. Yeah, Richard Farnsworth was a career stuntman. Absolutely.
Wasn't that also the case with Machete? What's your man, Machete? Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Really?
Trejo or Trejo?
I always call him Trejo. He just says, call me Danny.
I was going to say that back to you.
Nah.
I was like, just that.
Weird.
That's me. Just call him.